here with Big Man Youth and Brent and Emily and Michael, and this is Meet Us After 7.
All right, guys, welcome back to Meet Us After 7. This is episode 251. I'd like to start the episode by saying Gina is not my friend. Gina's not for me. Any opportunity Gina has to oppose me, to pick on me, to take someone else's side against me, she takes it. And today was the icing on the cake.
You're talking really quiet.
Exactly.
No, you're talking quiet.
She has no headphones.
I have no
Exactly.
headphones.
How do you know then?
I mean, just in the room, you're talking quiet.
What?
I think
What you
I
mean?
can hear him fine.
I can, but I just feel like usually you talk a bit louder. You know what it is? It's because I'm too used to you shouting like you and Marv last week with the baritone voice. I think that's what it is. So today it sounds a bit lower.
So that was meant to be your little comeback.
You guys kissing makeup already?
No, because I watched back some of the episode
You watched it?
to make some clips for
Oh,
Insta.
yeah.
And then I was observing.
You messaged me and goes, "No, you ain't for me."
I was observing her behaviour and I was like, and the thing is, you know when you see something and it reminds you of, I've seen this before. I've seen this before. This is how she is all the time with me. She's never in my corner.
Wow.
And I think you pander to the
Guest.
more popular guests. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
Yeah.
because it's Marv, it's like maybe
Do you know you just couldn't
on
put
Marv's
that down?
nutsack.
That's what he said. He said you were on Marv. So who else have I pandered to?
After review the footage.
That's what I thought. You've got no evidence.
You know what I mean?
Negro.
But you've definitely done it in the past. But anyway, guys, we've got a new episode on Patreon out right now. It's called Dizzy One. Check it out right
Do your
now.
acceptance speech.
I done my my victory speech. I beat Marvin in the debate and in the battle. And we spoke about what else we spoke about a few things. Check it out. Check it out. I can't remember right now.
It was yesterday.
It was yesterday. What did we got? Bad stuff. We got bad stuff. It's good still.
Yeah,
but
it's good
check it out for the victory. The victory speech. Trust me. There you are.
Can I also say though?
Yeah.
It's really cute because these guys, it's been a week, but we're still having this conversation. So obviously we've got a group, right? And in the group, Yusuf's filling up. Bearing in mind, Yusuf, remember, was the same person that said, "Oh, after we leave here, I'm not going to talk about it. I don't really care."
Yeah.
No,
Next
in
day,
that manner.
he saw something
that
about
manner.
Dizzy Rascal, said it to me and was like, "Oh, Kano couldn't do this." And then obviously,
You couldn't.
and then in the group chat, when people obviously started responding, they've both come in there, him and Marv. And then today's one's the one that finished me. And Marv was like, "No, Yusuf is really responding to everybody that was on his side." Like, and they're proper, and now they're going back and forth. And like,
But why should I respond to people who are opposing?
and he goes, but you don't want to respond to people that agreed with me, huh?
Because I
Huh?
don't want to get into a debate on Twitter. I want to just handshake the guys who are on my side and keep it moving.
No, what killed me was that the guy's got 800 and something followers. He's opinioned, and he's the, what did he say?
No, he said basically he kind of like, because the guy didn't have a lot of followers, he kind of like, who's he to say anything?
Oh, wow.
I'm like, Marv, what, are you social media shaming? Like, does it matter how many followers he has? He has an opinion on this matter and he's giving it. It doesn't matter about his followers. You know what I mean? But no, shout out to Marv. It's all in fun and games. It's not serious.
It was very intense. It was a very, very intense.
Yeah, it was intense.
Yeah.
It was intense, but it's not
You know
serious,
what?
isn't it?
It was fun and it was cute, but not at 1:15 in the morning.
The thing is,
Yeah.
she was on my side and I've got proof, but because one, it was Marv and obviously she's my ops, and then it was late. I get it. It was late. She wanted us to wrap up.
No,
We just
yeah.
carried
In
on.
all honesty, had we have had that conversation earlier,
Yeah.
where I had a bit more vim,
Yeah.
I would have definitely partaken, got involved, said what I needed to say.
Yeah.
And even when you guys were talking, I'd say when I agreed with the person, say, "Oh, no, I agree with you on this." Even your Michael Jackson point, I agreed with you.
Yeah.
I said I agreed with you. Do you know what I mean? And if he made a point that I agreed with, I'm like, I see where you're coming from. It's just because I wasn't going...
So you just play the fence
Hard
then?
for Yusuf.
It wasn't like I was playing the friendship, but
I
if I'm
agree with
honest
you.
with
I'll give you. I'll give you.
I agreed with... No, you both made valid points, but fam, it's 1:15 in the morning.
Listen,
and then
listen, we
is it-
got to get these points off, B.
Instead of us to go... No, but the thing is, you guys were going around in circles because you both didn't agree with each other. Cool. It was established from early you didn't
Yeah.
agree with each other.
Yeah.
So cool. Let's just agree to disagree and go home. Then Fancy Pants over here was like...
Megan the Stallion.
Oh, but Megan... And I literally... Because Brent is the same person who texted me during the argument and was like, "Do you know you're still with us?" And I was like, "Brent, I'm so tired. My eyes are bleeding. I just want to go home."
Yeah.
So he knew I was tired. So then when we finally wrapped up, then he was like, and I thought,
I didn't
no.
realize that was like him restarting the conversation.
No, didn't you notice the
No.
point where I even threw the mic and I was like, I'm ready, I'm going.
No, I never noticed.
No, of course you didn't. Of course you
I
did
was
not,
too
because
engrossed
you
with my
lot both
opponent.
were like, and there was a bit here where Yusuf kind of like changed his position like this, and you would hear his voice like Barry White, like the bass. Like when the bass came through, I was like, well, damn, if you can't get the Bella Noche, look at the girl.
At one point,
Okay.
my mic was here.
No, literally.
I realized that.
That it was
Yeah, it was there. But yeah, nah. Check out the Patreon episode. My little victory bit's a bit funny still. So yeah. All right, cool. So special guest in the building. We have Emily returning. Mother Hen.
So,
And the vibe.
oh my
Mother
God,
Goose.
you were the
Mother
second
Goose.
person to call me Mother Hen in
It's
my
because-
life.
You are though.
Because it's fitting. Because it's fitting.
Really?
'Cause it's
It's not a
fitting.
bad thing.
Auntie.
And we have Michael. I was going to say something to introduce you, but I don't know what to say.
Yeah, that's
So
Michael, how would you introduce
Michael, how did you introduce yourself?
Yeah.
how do I introduce myself? I'm a creative. I sing, I write songs, I jobless at the moment. Today's my birthday.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh,
swear.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Today's your birthday.
Yeah.
Matty, you came in your birthday.
Yeah, I did.
Don't spot me for that.
Aw, how old are you
best
today?
way to celebrate his birthday. no?
29.
What's that?
You're 29.
Yeah.
You don't look
Best
29.
It's true, it's true. Do you know, give him some sweets, man.
You got a baby face.
Yeah, today's my birthday. I'm 29.
He said he's full.
Okay, you ever look like...
No, I offered him all.
And yeah, how will I describe myself? I mean, like, that's what I do, but
Yeah.
in terms of how will I describe myself, I'm a very open person, very
Yep.
sensitive,
Yep.
very empathetic. I don't know, like the last 4 years of my life have been like difficult, like lots of depression and stuff. So that's that. But I don't, it's like a weird question. How do you describe yourself?
Well, you know
I
what?
just say that I do things, but like
Fine.
that's
What's-
not me.
What's just? Do you have a stage name? Because you said you sing, right?
Oh, it's just my name.
So your name's just Michael.
Rhodes.
Michael.
Rhodes. So like
Rhodes.
Rhodes like Rhode Island, but like
Okay.
S. So like
Okay.
R-H-O-D-E-S. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Where are you from?
Nigeria.
Nigeria,
I was
right.
born and raised in Nigeria till I was 17.
Egun State.
Till I was 17, and like I graduated high school. I went to Corona Secondary School.
Corona.
Yeah.
Wow.
Swear.
Yeah, I went to boarding school for a couple, how many years? 3 years. Then once I graduated, I came to the UK, lived in Hertfordshire for a while, studied fashion, moved to London, was like doing lots of open mic nights and like going to university and trying to like make it in music and spending thousands of pounds on demos and
Wow.
running up and down the UK to try and like make it in music. And nothing happened. Then I graduated uni and I was like, okay, like I'll get a job in the fashion industry and like carry on with music. And then like that didn't work out because nobody wanted to hire me. So I was working retail. I got fired from 2 jobs because the man just hated me.
Is it?
Yeah, because I didn't want to be there.
Bro wants to
Yes.
this deep dive.
Wait, hold on, wait. Let's explain to listeners like how we got here.
Yeah, okay.
So basically, on the back of the last episode Emily was on,
Yeah.
what was the episode called again?
Oh, you might. I don't know. You might have called it hot Wi-Fi or something.
Hot Wi-Fi thing.
Yeah,
Hot Wi-Fi, yeah?
The hot
Yeah.
Wi-Fi.
So Emily had what's the word? You had the response was great, and
Yeah.
people were like, "Oh, you know, you're so open, you're so
Yeah.
honest, vulnerable, all these fantastic things." And then off the back of that, you came to me and said, "What exactly?"
Off the back of that,
Yeah.
I think. Was there another episode that Gloria had done with you after I'd been on?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Gloria had been on an episode after I'd been on Meters.
Oh no, I
You
was
guys-
talking about the episode after that. Remember, it was you, Gloria, then you again, no?
Yeah.
Did I come back after Gloria?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeez, Emily.
yeah. And that's the episode where we spoke about your
The
ex-partner
dressing.
in more detail, the dressing, all that stuff. And that's when,
Oh,
Yeah. So-
yes.
Are you talking like about how I go here?
Yes.
so
Right,
basically,
okay.
so
So the listeners can get
how,
in.
yeah,
Yeah,
how you
that
introduced
context.
Michael to me and why, basically, is what I'm
So
saying.
basically, on the back of that, yes, I had lots of feedback, can I say, from listeners, some of whom were unhappy with what Gloria had said. And insisted really that I address it and address Gloria particularly. And I think I had said, well, no, I wasn't going to do that because it wasn't, a fighting issue. But you were one of the people that I'd had the conversation with about Gloria's comments and how that sort of attitude or mindset fed negative aspects of how the Black community deals with otherness. You know? So if it is not heteronormative, the Black community is generally not on board with it. And so we talked about being Black and gay, or in the case of my ex-husband, Chad, having a nun.
Wait, is that a real name? Or is that
is not his name, but on Meet-Us, we call him Chad to save Brent all the editing work that he might have to do. But, we talked about a number of things, didn't we, that were non-mainstream, non-vanilla. And, you had some views to share as well.
Yeah, but I think before that, I had messaged you via the DM just to say, because I didn't know if it was on the 3 shots or if it was here when I first heard you, but when I heard your experience talking about kink and sex and just how open it was, and from an I don't really know why, but it just really touched me, and and I just thought, this is really cool because in the UK, listening to different podcasts and stories and people's experiences, personally, I don't really hear a very open viewpoint. It's really a lot of perspectives that are caked in shame and guilt.
Yes,
and
so anything that is not considered
and quite conservative. So what I responded to about what you were saying was, it was just open and vulnerable and different. And I just thought this is something that a lot of people experience. And even listening to the 3 Shots podcast and especially the much earlier ones, there was an episode where they were talking about pegging and about rude men trying it. So listening to you saying these things, it really just made me think these are experiences that people are having and want to have, and because of shame are having to do it behind closed doors. And then when it comes to Black men, because I think about Black men a lot. Not a lot, but kind of
You don't like us?
Especially, no,
I was gonna ask, would you?
I was going to say,
Michael. No, I do.
Michael.
no, when I say think about a lot,
BLB crisis.
Black men love crisis.
when I say think about Black men, I think about Black men a lot. What that means is that I observe generally how restricted Black men are across the board. And that's a very universalistic approach. But when she was talking about pegging and different sexual desires and how her ex-husband was going through this, and then listening to the 3 Shots thing where they were talking about pegging and all these things, it just made me think these are experiences that people are having, want to have, but will never admit it. And even when they do and reach out to people that can fulfill that, be it gay men, trans women, because of shame, because of guilt, because of disassociation from who you are, it leads to violence. So it's very funny, but I don't know why men don't understand that, even because that somebody can be sleeping with you and having sex with you and still possibly kill you.
Yes.
So listening to what you were saying and the openness in which you were saying it made me want, made me pray for a more open society where men especially can be as free with their desires.
Black men particularly.
Yeah, so that was why I reached out to you, to just say thank you for doing that and for opening a pathway to a conversation that hopefully here or in private spaces people can discuss it.
And this is a platform hopefully where we can.
Do you feel like that's something that you've personally like had to deal with?
What?
Like not being open or being able to like be free about like your desires or like, do you know what I mean?
Okay, so not me personally, because I have never. Okay, so I've always been different, and like that's always been reflected back to me very severely. So like I've like never fitted into like any group, like whether that's like in terms of like people who bond because of a shared sexuality or because of a shared race. So like so I grew up in Nigeria till I was 17, and so like I grew up around other Black people. Like it was just Black people that look like me, and even there, like we are not dealing with race, but I was just like different. So like people just treated me differently, and whether it was something they could identify or not, they were just like, you're different and we don't like it. So I have never had to felt the need to perform to other people's comforts. So I don't have a desire to seek validation from other people, family, friends. Like I'm 100% myself all the time. Now, I might not be 100% be myself with everyone in every situation because of culture and safety and all this stuff, but I don't feel a repression on myself, if that makes sense. So it's not something that I've gone through, but it's something that I notice in other people, like again, in a lot of men. And so like I'm someone that people like if it's like like a one-on-one thing, people open up to me a lot, and like they'll be like, I don't know why I'm telling you all this, but I am. And when I talk to men in different circumstances, and they say things that like they're battling with,
Is this
the end conclusion
or just
no, just like okay, so like when it comes to so it could be like sexuality, it could be
Black men?
yeah, like it could be sexuality, it could be a change that you're trying to squelch within yourself, like maybe like you're feeling things that you've been told that are bad. The common denominator that I'm getting is that the thing you are fighting is yourself. If you are able to let go of these things that you have been told mean something, and continue to keep you in shame and guilt, you will be able to live a more free life. So going back to why I reached out to you, hearing you speak in a very open way about sex, about desire, about a different way of experiencing life as a Black person, as a Black woman, I just thought was really important and needed.
Do you relate
So,
to
yeah.
that? Because you then are essentially saying you're marching to your own drum beat as well.
Yeah, so I
Inspired
could
to-
relate to I could relate to it in the sense of how can I relate to it?
How do you identify?
Okay, so that's something I don't want to say.
Interesting. Because
Because-
you've skirted around. I think that's what Gina was asking
Yeah.
No,
you.
literally. But I've realised
But
he's
gone
gone
and
round
hasn't said
and
it. I
round
was like,
and round.
wait,
Okay,
Michael.
so you should just have asked. So that's something I don't want to say because of
You don't like clay balls.
no, not because of that. Because of family reasons.
Okay.
And like it's going to
And that's an
like
interesting
affect
point.
things.
Oh, but man,
Yeah.
That's an interesting point. But when we clap,
family's
it's
not
going out.
listening. I've just
Well,
left. So
they-
He's going to cut it out.
He's
by the
gonna
way.
cut it out.
Okay,
Yeah.
So I'm gay.
all right.
Right.
Okay, cool.
No, because the thing is, I wanted to ask, but I feel
No, you can ask. Like,
no,
it's
but
fine.
I felt like me asking, "Are you gay?" is a bit rude and a bit.
Not really.
And I don't know,
Ask, what's your
but that's why I asked.
Yeah.
I thought maybe if I asked that question, he
Sorry,
might.
is it rude that I thought he was anyway?
No, because I thought you were gay anyway. I did think you were
No,
gay.
I already thought you were gay.
No, I know, I did, but
The listeners might
I
not
felt like the
necessarily-
listeners might not know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like,
listeners might not know.
just in basically for transparency, I just thought.
No, I was going to ask eventually.
Okay.
So wait, so
you
this is
can put this
interesting.
in. I'm
Okay,
not
let's
straight.
clap
So
back
you
in.
can
Hold on,
put
hold
that
on,
in.
Wait,
Hold on.
So hold on, wait. Clap back in, and you ask him what your sexuality is.
Okay, and then okay. So what is your sexuality?
I'm not straight.
Okay.
So yeah.
Like, hold on. Isn't that pretty much the same
It's the
as
same
saying
thing.
what you don't want to say?
How do you mean?
So say
Yes.
you don't necessarily want
No, because there's still other options.
No.
but
If you don't want your family to know, you've basically
you've just
Yeah,
told
no,
them.
no.
crumbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So
But-
if you want us to take that out, we will take it out. We already know, so we have context.
Yeah.
So we can continue conversation.
But I'm just thinking of like, will it make sense to the
Hold
listeners
on,
what I'm
question.
saying?
So your family don't know at all.
I don't believe
like,
that. I
like
don't
my
understand how
sister
that works.
knows, but like I haven't said
You
it.
haven't spoken to your
You haven't
parents.
said
Yeah,
that. But-
okay. Well, like more specifically to my parents because
Are your parents
they're
here?
not going to
In
react well, and I don't care for that, so I don't discuss it with.
So when your parents, this is not it by the way, but when your parents talk to you about men and women, or just women, obviously particularly, what do you say? Or what
Oh, but like, Mark, are you going to get married?
you
Like,
get
do they,
married.
Yeah,
they ask
that's
you
the
those
sort of
questions?
thing African parents say.
does that convo
I
come up?
just. So my mom actually never asks.
Okay.
Like she doesn't ask, and my dad, I don't know, like what he tends to do a lot is that he'll just like because he lives in Nigeria, so he'll call me randomly, and then he'll be like, oh, like I was watching the news and like I saw. They've passed this law about gay people and stuff. But
Sorry, 1 second. So I think your parents know.
maybe they do.
No, I think
They
your parents
do,
Your parents
Michael.
know.
Yeah.
They do, and I kind of would.
But-
very
Do you know
much
why?
think It's okay with you
Because
But your parents.
Include-
I was gonna say,
in the
because your
pod.
parents are your parents, yeah, they know you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they would know, and if we
Yeah.
know, they definitely know.
Yeah.
And there's an episode in Being Mary Jane. I don't know if anyone remembers,
I
if you used to watch it, right? Where her colleague, her co-host, the black guy, he was gay, but she pretended to be his girlfriend every time his parents came into town, and they'd been doing it for years. And there was one night where the parents came in, they're doing the whole song and dance, talking about their trip to this place and whatever, and then talking about engagement. And the dad is none the wiser. And the mum was like, I know you're gay. And he was like, sorry.
Question, sorry, is this in or out?
Sorry, you're
No.
hiding in plain sight. I'm not
Wait.
understanding any of this.
Wait, no.
I think it needs to go in.
Are we in or out? Just clarify.
Are we
It's
in?
not me. It's,
I know. Okay.
Michael,
Are you okay
yeah.
with this conversation to be in or out? Just
No, they don't listen to the
put it in.
podcast.
It's fine.
you can put it in.
They don't
Are you
listen
sure?
to the podcast.
Because
Yeah,
do you
it's
know
fine.
why?
I'm
Because
not-
I wanted to ask questions about like
family.
family, Nigeria, like
Yeah,
all of
you-
that stuff. So
yeah.
I feel like,
Yeah, you can put it in. It's
Okay.
fine.
All right. Can I say something quickly? What are you about to say? And obviously, we're being transparent here.
Mhm.
I think it's based on your mannerisms, your
You're gay presenting.
your
Pardon?
your overall.
He's saying you're gay presenting.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
the way you present yourself,
Yeah.
I think it's quite obvious. I think your parents know,
You can put it in. It's
but
fine.
maybe out of, I don't know, they haven't had that conversation
It's
Yeah.
a
with you
sensitive
for
conversation.
whatever
Yeah.
reason, but
Yeah.
I think your parents know. Like,
Okay, maybe.
because if we know
That,
from just interacting
And them
with
that
you
know
for
you
Okay.
know you.
a couple minutes,
Yeah.
then your family, your mum and dad,
Yeah.
I'm sure they know.
Unless what you give to them is
A different
say
version.
No,
Do you
it
give it-
is, like this is like
100% they know.
Okay.
So
Okay, so
this
what's
is
the
really good. But I
question?
wanted to ask Michael if you are comfortable with us going forward.
Whoa.
Because
Mm.
from what we've just all discussed here, it seems to me that even though your parents know,
Mm.
you yourself
Mm.
haven't quite accepted that they might do.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
No.
So you
What
have
does that
accepted
mean?
you have accepted that they might know.
Yeah, like that's
that they
fine
might
to me.
know. Okay.
Because if you think about it, you're sorry, how old are you?
29.
29.
He's 29.
Mm.
He's Nigerian. He's a man. Are you telling me his parents have never asked him about marriage or kids or anything at 29?
Okay, so the question that
Yeah.
I was answering was my mom doesn't ask about any of that.
Yeah.
And my dad will call me randomly out of the blue and say like pretty homophobic stuff, like, oh, like I was watching the news and they passed this bill and like love these people, but kind of like love the sin, I hate the sin type of talk.
So it's indirects.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
So he's basically kind of letting you know where he stands on
yeah.
Yeah.
without actually
Yeah.
saying this is where I
without you
stand
having
on
that
it.
conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So which is why, like I said, I don't have a problem telling them or saying it to them, but because I still live with my mom and like depend on for like shelter and stuff.
Okay.
So
What
there's a
happened?
concern that she might react badly, and that might mean you.
So like
have
that's
not,
what I mean.
yeah.
It's like if I
Oh, does
was
she live
living-
here?
Yeah.
Oh, so you live with your mum here?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So that's what I mean.
Oh, I totally
But you
get it
can,
now.
but you can put it in like it's
No.
fine.
Because if you're homeless on the street,
I'm not-
Brent is not giving you his
The
studio.
thing is, you
No.
have to understand. Just obviously, whatever you don't want to go doesn't go in here. But the way I see it is, to me, it's kind of endearing a bit from my perspective because your mum knows, your parents
Yeah.
know, but maybe out of they don't.
They're waiting for you.
They don't want to
be.
upset you.
yeah,
they
and you don't want to upset them either.
confront you. So they're like, you know what? We're not going to say anything until he's ready. So I find it
Yeah.
kind of endearing, especially that they're Nigerian.
Mm.
I know how Nigerians are. You know how Nigerians are. So for
Yeah.
them not to be,
Are you Nigerian?
yeah, I'm Nigerian.
Okay.
So for them not to be forthcoming with you, like Michael, sit down. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And for them to, just kind of leave you to your own devices, especially you live with your mum.
Yeah.
She sees it every day. I'm sure she knows your sexuality. But for her not to bring it up, I think it's a little bit endearing to me anyway. Because I know if my mum thought I was gay, we're having a conversation.
Mm.
Like, we're having a conversation.
I
So
get you.
That's my perspective. Anyway.
Also, if you aren't going to be talking about what you just said or credited Emily for actually providing a pathway towards, then we could leave now, innit?
Basically. Do you know what
Because
he's
your
saying?
entire experience
No,
here.
but he just said it's fine though.
Brent has concerns.
But his mum not going to listen to this, right?
No, I know, but I get
hear
what Brent
that.
is saying.
I hear that. And one has to ask, if you don't want to say that you are gay, she's still going to deduce with what you said before that you aren't straight.
Have it.
So your mom's not a silly woman, and she's not listening to this podcast.
Obviously. Unless
I
tell her.
guarantee you she's
Say,
not
Mum,
listening to
I'm on the pod.
Unless she's like Emily,
Mhm.
as in tapped into the
No,
the
she's
network.
Zeitgeist.
The zeitgeist, yes.
she's not.
Are you comfortable talking about this?
Yeah.
Good. Cool. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're back in.
No, we've always been in.
We've always been in, you know.
We've always been in.
Yeah, let's keep it in. I think it's, yeah. I say let's as if it's my.
Let Michael decide because you're making decisions for Michael. Michael,
Brent.
everything we spoke about up until
Yeah,
this
well, no.
point, if you don't want
No,
it to
no,
be
no,
in,
no.
we can take
I'm
it out.
saying-
It's up to you.
It's fine. You can put it in.
Brent, you happy with that?
Yes.
Okay.
Safeguarding.
I got distracted, so I didn't hear what you were saying.
He said,
I just said, Michael, everything we've discussed to this point,
Yes.
are you happy with it? Happy with it to stay in?
Yes.
It's totally up to you.
Yes.
He said,
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
All right.
no, I said, Brendan, you happy with that?
Cool.
Cool.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, what's the question?
No, it was.
I don't know where we at right
We
now.
were.
okay, so do you know what? I'm going to ask a question. What was it? Okay. What? I think 'cause
He's enjoying this.
boundaries, innit? So I'm going to assume you've been the way you are for a very long time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can we just say it now?
Yeah. Well, gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so when did you know that you were gay?
Yeah.
Oh, like when I was like 4.
Really?
Like
Yeah.
4.
Oh,
Yeah.
And how did you
What did you
know? So,
know?
how did you know at that age?
Remember thoughts at 4 years old?
may I ask you, what did you feel to let you know that you were?
Okay, so I was in primary 2. Like the first memory I have of knowing, like I didn't have the word for it, but like I knew I was attracted to guys.
Okay.
From 4.
Yeah, like to boys. Yeah, because there was a boy.
You sure it was 4?
Yeah, it was 4.
It wasn't 7.
No,
Yusuf, don't
What's
reduce
Mother
the
Henning now?
experience.
when you're in,
Oh, see, that's what I mean. Always trying to.
when you're in primary
ops, bro.
2, like what age is that? Like 4, 5, I would say.
What, year 2?
These Nigerian terms, bro.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And I'm trying
Primary
to
2.
think.
Primary 2.
You say
I think
primary
you're
in
in-
Uganda as well, but I
I
can't
think-
think.
So basically, how I knew was I was in drama class.
You're probably
with, like,
6, I think.
Hmm.
Only
Yeah.
because in here you're like in nursery up until 4. Then I think you're in year 1 and when you're 5. So in year 6 you're in year 2.
When you're
Okay, let's say between 4 to 6.
okay.
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 So 4 to 6, just for sake of conversation. And I was in drama class, and what is it? There with my other classmates, and there was a boy there who I still know well, like I didn't know him, but like I follow him on Instagram, and I was just really attracted to him, and like it was just like a very clear thought and like a clear feeling that this is someone you're attracted to, and like that's that. So like it's the same way that I saw other boys being attracted to girls in class, but I was just attracted to guys.
So it's just natural for you.
Yeah, it was just like a normal thing, like just something that was. So yeah.
Going on from that, there's this age-old debate of, do you think people were born gay? And as you've mentioned, such an early age, being 4, do you believe that people are born gay, or do you believe it's something I don't know how to describe it, something you learn, something you develop or...
I believe that people are born gay, and that there are people in life who can be intrigued can be intrigued, or they can have that desire awoken in them
later on in life.
Like later on in life. So there are people who are born gay the same way that there are people who are born straight, I guess. And because sexuality is not a straight line, like
it's not rigid.
Like it isn't, this is the one thing.
Yeah.
There are people who have the propensity to later on in life, whether they're 20, whether they're 70, begin to feel desires that they have never felt, and it might be confusing for them, or it might be, well, this is what I'm feeling, and let's see what it goes. So, does that answer the question?
Yeah.
I think there is a phrase. You can be what is called either flexible or hetero-flexible.
Yeah.
So you could...
I've never heard that phrase before, but it makes sense.
Like, so you're
primarily... You teach me new phrases every episode.
I'm sorry, Yusuf. So primarily you identify as, say, a straight man, but you were curious about and you were drawn to, like you say, have a propensity for or a proclivity for non-straight sexual acts. So... for example, going back to Marv did a tell me a secret, ask me a question type thing once.
Yeah.
And this guy responded by saying he believes he's straight, he knows he's straight, he's been straight all his life, but he has a desire to perform sexual acts on men. A particular sexual act on men.
This was on his story.
Yeah, this is in Marv's stories. Yeah, and Marv responded with a bewildered face. and he's like, the fuck am I supposed to do with this piece of information in typical Marv, fashion? But I remember
penis man
responding to Marv and saying, can you please tell him that what he's experiencing is called homoflexible. What he's having there is a homoflexible moment. Of course, Marv did not respond. He's like,
obviously that question wasn't for Marv.
Yeah.
Like, I think he just wanted to put it out there. It was.
I wonder if he done it from like an anonymous account.
I don't know. I wouldn't know. Yeah, Marv.
Yeah, I'm just
But that just going. So sexuality is it's a spectrum. It is not rigid. Yeah, it can be fluid. So there's. I shared this with you, Yusuf, isn't it? That, oh Lord. Yeah, that app that I told you about that had a list of different sexual words. Yeah. There is just so much out there, that to ask the question whether one is born or nurtured or experiences or develops really could be subject to very many things. And yes, some people are definitely one thing, but so many other people are not. They experience different things in terms of desire and want, and they live their lives in.
I mean, because like the people that I went to school with, to university with, and when I first met them, so there's a particular girl, and when I first met her, she was dating a guy. Then I met her 4 years later, and she was in like a serious committed relationship with a woman for the first time in her life, and that wasn't something that she had planned. It was just something that happened. So I do believe people are born gay, straight, and whatever. And for some people, I'm not a researcher, so I can't say whether it's a lot or a tiny bit of the population, but some people, they can develop and expand their desires as time goes by. And
Okay.
What would you say your experience was like growing up in Nigeria? And like, Yeah, and
Not
just
good.
navigating through
the
that. Yeah.
various
Okay,
spaces.
so-
But before you answer, there is a gay community in Nigeria, though. Because there are gay Nigerians.
I mean, like,
gay people in
not
Nigeria.
that I was
Aware
a
of.
part of.
I think
aware
more so
of.
now though. But
Yeah,
I'm
it's
thinking
mostly
like
now.
That day.
like now. I
It's
think
mostly now, and it's something that I only see on Twitter, but I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
I don't know anyone there, so
So
yeah.
do you know other Nigerians who are gay?
Through Twitter and
Through
like
Twitter,
through
but not through
Yeah.
real life experiences.
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Okay.
That's interesting.
But what was it like navigating that? Not good because, like I mentioned, so I people always received me as different, and that wasn't a positive thing. So just trying to like make friends, exist, just go from one point to the other. I was subject to a lot of bullying, to a lot of ostracization, to a lot of isolation. So I spent a lot of time by myself, like just at home, hanging out by myself, kind of thing. Like I didn't really make my so pathetic. I didn't really make my first friend till I was in year 9. Like, is that how you guys would say it?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow,
So
Michael.
yeah. So year 9, and she's still my friend now. Like she's my best friend. Actually, I have 2 friends.
Seriously?
Yeah. I have 2 friends.
You have
Like,
one,
I don't
2
have,
friends?
Yeah, I don't have
in your life?
Yeah, I don't have a lot of friends.
Do you have any associates? Any people who you're just
No,
cool with?
2.
So in your phone right now, how many names and numbers are there?
Can you call like how many?
So like I have like numbers that I've saved from like maybe like I'll run into someone like at a house party that I used to go to
School with or something?
school with,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, like let me take your number, let me keep in touch.
Yeah.
But the people I speak to week to
daily
week, day to day, and like if I'm going through things, and I
Yeah.
have been,
Yeah.
I speak to 2 people.
So your WhatsApp right now is just 2 names, 2 conversations.
I mean, no, it's like it's other things,
Yeah.
like through the years, because I don't delete
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
it's just like
Okay.
like an archive. But what is most active is 2 people.
Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
And my sister, so I guess 3.
Mm.
But she's my sister.
Your sister can still be your friend.
yeah.
Yeah. So what was in navigating that? It was lonely. It was distressing. It was painful, and I just like. So I don't know why, but like I want to say like I was broken by the experience of being treated different. Like I just always knew that I would be okay, like eventually. So I was just like, okay, this is something that's happening, and these people are like not vibing with me. And like everywhere I go, like every level of education, it's just like it's the same reaction.
Wow.
So I was just like, okay, like eventually, like I'll find my people. So when I got to university, because I went to art school, I went to London College of Fashion and I studied fashion, and I was like, okay, like I'm gonna find my people now, and it just didn't click. Like
Really?
I just
Not even
didn't-
over here.
no, like
How come?
like I don't know why, but
At that point, do you think, Michael, that you were just perhaps used to being on your own?
so I had a tarot reading yesterday.
A tarot reading.
Yes. Do you know what that is? Do you know
Yes.
what-
Well,
They read
you
your
might as well say for the.
Yeah, so
message, yeah.
basically, tarot reading is telling fortune,
With the cards.
telling
Yeah.
fortunes, communicating with spirits, or predicting situations using cards. So it's cryptomancy, I think it's called.
Yeah.
It's like the official term. So I had a tarot reading the other day, like I think 2 days ago, and the reader was saying that even though like so it sounds so pathetic again. Even though like I like strongly desire friendship because of the experiences that I've had, like isolation and rejection are emotions that are very familiar to me. Like I like know them well. So because I have experienced a lot of that, the reader was saying that even though I strongly desire friendship, like there's a part of me that is okay being by myself, which on some level is true, but I don't like it.
Yeah, all humans desire
yeah.
connection, some kind of connection, don't they? On
Yeah.
a deep level. Yeah, so I suppose it would be logical to say that you too desire that in spite of your life experiences thus far.
So
what do you do to make friends? Do you actively try to make friends?
Yeah, so I do. So what I do, everything. So reaching out to people through social media, reaching out to people who have common shared interests. So like I mentioned, like I'm into music and like I do that. So when I like run into people who either sing or produce or whatever, trying to form bonds of that shared interest. But I don't know, it just doesn't happen.
Are you social?
Yeah.
Do you go do you go out? So not online, but I mean, like, do you go out
to events?
Do you go out to events? And when you do go out,
when we could, like not as much now because I'm a bit like freaked out by COVID. But like when we could, like I would. So like I mentioned, like I live in Milton Keynes, so I would like come to like pubs and like music events in London, like literally like just walk up to people and be like, hi, my name is Michael, like I follow you here, or like I do this, or like I liked your set, and try to make friends this way. Like I'll go to different things like gallery openings for exhibitions and like all this kind of stuff, but it just never happened, and it just never
sorry to interrupt you,
connected.
Any gay specific social events?
That's what I was about to say.
Yes, so this is a good thing.
Because
so you probably know about Pride, right? So like, there's the Pride Parade, blah blah. So there's an event called Black Pride, which is a celebration of Black people who are gay, who are LGBT, basically. So the first time that I went to the event, which I didn't even know was happening, was the summer I had just graduated uni, which was in 2017. And I was heavily depressed that summer because I was just like in like the depths of like isolation. So like I went and I was like, okay, like let's see if I can meet, because I kind of like had never been like around a bunch of other people who were like Black and also gay. So I was like, okay, this might be cool. Like maybe something might happen here. But what I experienced was just like, you're not good enough.
Huh?
Really?
Yeah, like that was my
like
take.
how?
That was my take away. Like you're not good looking enough. You don't have like a cool enough job. Like you don't have any like
is this real or
call to
perceived?
society. No, it was like what I felt. Like
is it
like
clicky? Was it clicky maybe then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it was like a very clicky feeling and a very like you're cute or whatever. Like in terms of like your vibe, like this is cute, but no, like you're not enough.
Can I ask a few questions?
Yeah.
So do you have a partner right now?
No, I've never been in a relationship.
So you've never been in a relationship before? No. All right, so you've never been with a man before?
In terms of sex?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I have.
But you haven't been in a relationship? You haven't had a boyfriend?
No.
Okay. And this response you got from this said gentleman, is this like across the board? Was this an isolated incident, or is this like everyone says kind of the same thing about you?
From what I just said about Black Gay Pride?
Yeah.
It was a general feeling that I could feel. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier that basically I'm a very sensitive person and I can pick up people's body language pretty easily. Yeah. And I'm someone that like when I feel like you don't have to say something for me to know what's going on.
Yeah.
So if I'm trying to,
that's why you said that you like me.
No, but the thing is, would you?
I liked your energy.
Would you assume a guy's not into you before he tells you, based on what you feel and what you perceive? And also, could you be wrong?
I have never been wrong.
How do you know?
Because even when I do,
okay, Brent,
said he's never been wrong.
Put myself out there to be like, I'm interested in you. Would you want to? The response has not been positive. Let me just say that.
Okay, let's do this on like a numbers basis. So if you approached 100 guys, you think every guys gonna say no to you?
That's what's happened. Like I'm not saying something
as in literally, like everyone said,
like
I'm not
that's
interested,
yeah,
or you've
like that's
sometimes just felt a vibe and thought, you know, maybe
no, like that's exactly what's happened. So like and I don't know why.
Yeah.
This is like good.
What's
so
okay.
pathetic.
What's your approach and what means do you use to find like to meet potential partners? Is it apps? Is it going to events?
So it could be dating apps, it could be events, it could be flirting with people through Instagram DMs, which like I've not done a lot.
Yeah.
It could be literally so like I mentioned that I used to work in retail. So I used to work at Foot Asylum.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I would literally move to guys all the time.
Wow.
All the time.
This unprofessional ass guy.
Bigger man.
Every single day. And it's,
Really?
Don't sleep on the job.
But let me ask you a question. So
Don't
when you
sleep on
say
the
you
job.
move to guys, like how are you shooting your shot?
Okay, so like let's say like someone like a guy shopping.
Got these size 7s right here for you, big man.
Don't kill me.
Let's say a guy shopping or whatever.
You know what they say about
And
big feet?
Emily.
Sorry.
I said size 7s.
It's like a quick thing. I'll just be like, hey, I think you're good looking. Can I get a number? Maybe message you later kind of thing. So like that's one approach.
Yeah.
Another thing is like, I'll maybe like give like a compliment, be like, I like your shoes, try and build up a conversation that way, kind of feel out his vibe kind of thing. And then be like,
I've got so many questions. Hold on.
Good. You said
No,
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 fire.
because no, it is. I feel like there's someone for everyone.
Yeah.
Like literally. So for you to say out of 100 guys, everyone will say no to you, I find it hard to believe.
Yeah.
So
which a lot of
so-
And you're not,
so-
but you're not a bad looking guy either.
Here's the
which
question.
I'm confused about.
Are you
Come on, somebody.
are you punching above your weight? Is that what it is?
No.
So
No.
are you going for guys who may be above your level?
No.
So you're going for guys who are your level, below, and above, and they all say no to you,
But he
Yes.
believes in his source.
which is
So,
great.
yeah,
But
so,
I'm trying to figure
exactly
out
what
how
you just
everyone
said.
is saying no.
So exactly what you just said. So I'm going for guys my level,
Yeah.
below, and above.
And above,
Yeah.
and it's all no.
Yeah.
Also, though,
Big
Michael,
man, what's going on right now?
I don't know.
No, but Michael, if you've had experiences with men before, though,
Yeah.
right? Like you've said, so
How have those come up?
yeah, how
Yeah,
does
so
it come
obviously,
about? That's why for
obviously
me,
those
I'm like,
men
okay.
like to you find
yeah.
Okay, so let me explain because you said those men found me attractive. I don't even think so. So this again goes back
Michael.
to when I
Mike.
explain you will
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
when I explain you might understand. This again goes back to the sexualization of black men. So there's this app called Grindr, which is like Tinder before.
Yeah, I've heard
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, it's very intense, I've heard.
Yeah, it's very intense. It's very like a lot. So
Tinder for gay men.
Basically.
I would like him to.
Sorry. said it.
Sorry.
okay.
I didn't hear what
Sorry,
you guys
what was your
called
question? So
What's
there's
Grindr
this
again?
app called Grindr,
Yeah.
which is basically like Tinder but for gay people. So you open the app, there are a bunch of people on there. You can message, and primarily people use it to hook up. So you can literally just message someone, start a conversation, get to know them a bit, and essentially be like, what are you on here for? Like, do you want to hook up? Like, and hook up basically, which
So
like a
just-
lot of people
just-
use
just
Tinder
cheats.
for. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for whatever reason, so like I've lived in Hertfordshire, I've lived in Milton Keynes, like I've lived in London. I've like always tended to live in like predominantly white spaces.
Right.
So like I lived in Shoreditch for many years, then Oval. The guys who would message me or who would reach out tend to be a lot of white or non-black people, just by circumstance. Like that's not my type.
Proximity.
Yeah. And we would like hook up, and it would literally be just like hook up and like that's it. Like there's no connection. There's
But
no.
you said it's not your type.
I was gonna.
No,
Where are the black gay men? Where are the other black
don't know.
gay
Let's
men?
go to that just now.
I don't know.
Brent wants to.
So
He wants to do Brent.
So
Yeah,
ask the
yeah.
question.
So they're not your type,
No,
but you hooked up anyway.
desperation.
Nigga gotta eat, man.
Thank you, Brent.
This
I
is-
mean, Michael, yeah.
Nigga gotta eat.
I appreciate
This
Michael
is
saying
it.
that.
So
yeah.
Grindr is an app like Tinder where you're just on there for cheeks, right?
Essentially,
And you're saying there are times when you roasting.
they're
and
not
you
like
just take anything.
It's not like anything. Like it's not like ugly.
yeah. Handsome
like,
white,
yeah, it's
non-black
like-
men.
Yeah.
Not necessarily
So
your
you
type.
do like them.
I mean, they are attractive.
They're your
but,
type too. Just not to settle
It's
down.
like it's
Not top of his list.
Oh, is it?
Wait, what did you say?
Sorry, Gina, go on.
What did Brent
Shooing
say?
me?
What happened?
No, I was gonna say I hate what he's saying though because I've been with people that aren't my type before.
Have you?
Yes, Brent.
someone can want to have sex with you.
When I say not my type,
What the hell? What?
no. Okay.
Someone
is
can
bad.
want to have sex with you literally for 30
I understand what you're
and
saying.
like not care about how you
Pause this,
feel.
pause this,
Hold on,
pause this,
hold on,
pause
do you-
this, pause this.
Do you remember our episode, me, you, and Lance? I know it was here or was at the school we used to record that temporarily. When we told you that the person you're with isn't your type.
I
Remember?
remember.
Me and
I
Lance
know.
told her
Then I
that this
refused.
guy is not
not
your
my
type.
I know.
Remember?
And I refused.
And you're like, no, he is.
In that moment,
he's not your type.
I refused in that moment because obviously, how am I gonna
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
that the guy that I'm with is not my type?
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
And we described
But-
her type to her and said,
but-
this is your type. This
And you're
guy's
not lying, but me and him have had the conversation where he's even been
Yeah.
like, I'm not your type.
Yeah.
He knew he wasn't my type.
But this is a bit different.
No,
right?
and that's why I realized maybe you thought I was going somewhere else, but I'm saying
Level of
I've been-
penetration.
What?
I've been,
Level of penetration.
What are we
She's there talking about boyfriend, girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
Grindr's not for boyfriend, girlfriend, is
Okay.
it?
Oh,
I mean, it can be, but it's rare.
But he also
But-
said
No.
proximity, Brent.
What?
Based
Precisely.
on
But
his geography.
he
Yeah.
started by saying they're not your type.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
So
wondering.
what's your type?
No, black
Tall,
women,
dark,
right?
and handsome.
No, as in build the guy.
Yeah, build
Okay.
a guy.
Brent.
Why you do it?
Hey, what is going on,
Oh,
Brent?
as in that's his type.
Oh, is
So annoying.
Brent your type?
Do you want me to compliment you?
I'm lying, look at you.
I take it wherever I get it. I take it wherever I get it.
Mr. Feedy.
No,
Mr. Feedy. I'm like, where's Sid? Mr.
Where's
Feedy,
Sid?
bro.
Sorry, go on.
I wish there was like a celebrity I could point to, but basically, I like thick guys that are like basically tall,
Thick.
like muscular,
I said Thickums. I said young
like
chocas.
hench, but so like big, but like muscular.
Oh, I've seen your stories. I think I know exactly what
Yeah.
you're
Chisel.
describing. What's what?
Oh, it's
So,
Chizzo.
that is
No, not Chizzo.
He said Chizzo, not me.
going to kill
I
you.
repeated
I
it.
don't even know these people outside of Instagram, but I don't want
You don't
She's on lips.
Chizzo.
Instagram.
But is that not the
beef
description?
Dying. No, Chizzo doesn't quite do it.
No, why? But Chizzo's hench. He's
Yeah, but he doesn't have
He's
the
thick still.
thickness. That
What's the
Michael-
thickness?
No, he's a Thickums.
I mean, like, if I show you a picture.
Sure,
would you
yeah,
think-
show a
Go on, go on,
picture.
go on.
Okay.
50 Cent?
No,
50 Cent's thick though.
no.
Yeah, but we don't know what
his is
thick he means though,
different.
because
Yeah.
like
And like, maybe you might be able to describe it for the listeners.
you could describe
Okay,
50 as
let me
being a bit hench, a bit. Well, I mean,
50 Cent's, I think he's thick though.
that means you think he's rotund a bit now. Like
No.
he was muscular, but now he's a bit.
Fluffy.
Yeah.
Fluffy. They're actually quite.
Oh yeah, Brent's not wearing all black. Can
No, but-
we get a round of applause?
Brent, I mean, in the 50
Brent's
Cent,
wearing
in
like a
the
peach
Guys.
pink t-shirt with blue
salmon,
jeans.
Salmon.
Salmon, yeah. I see
You know,
Playboy.
get in the club, in the club video, yeah.
Yeah.
He's ripped then, but he's thick.
Yeah,
When
'cause
he's running on the
yeah, 'cause he's
treadmill.
older now and he's not really on it.
I know, but I'm saying I'm thinking of old 50. When
No, I
I'm
get it,
talking
I get
about
it.
his ideal, I'm thinking of in the club.
You can't be scrolling for that long.
Does-
You have like 100 pictures
Just
every day.
Like, quite,
Come on.
it's quite slow.
Come on.
Okay, I found it.
Okay.
Okay, let me see.
So, oh my god. Oh, so like that. Does that make sense?
He ain't black.
No, in terms of the body type. Like, I'm talking of body type. Like, is what I was trying to describe.
How would you describe
Okay.
it?
I think Chizzo
Oh,
looks
man.
like this.
You're in for a surprise.
Don't be a phone hog now.
That's the fair.
No, I want to see.
Pass it around.
That's a black guy.
I'm rattled because of who the guy is, but yes.
That's not like Chizzo, is it?
No, but I get it.
So
Oh,
when I
okay.
Do you remember
say
who
this, do you know
he
what
used to
I mean?
date?
No, I don't know who this is.
Right.
But I want to call him a Thickums. I'll say
he had a lot of drama
basically.
around him.
Who is this?
This is a Blancs guy, bruv.
I don't know.
You don't remember? You don't remember him?
No, who is he?
Who is he?
Yeah, in a minute.
Why is it something that's?
Is he?
Huh?
We can clap. Can we clap? Can we clap?
Why is it close to us or something?
No, but it's like. Can we clap?
Brent is disappointed because it's not him.
Okay, you clap. Brent, you clap. So you know Grace Adjulore, the comedian.
Yes.
Yeah.
He used to date her,
Oh, okay.
and then they were boyfriend and girlfriend publicly. Then he cheated on her with a white girl, and then that was a big palaver. And then he beat up the white girl.
Oh,
Why? Because
We don't know, but then the white girl came out,
I said you beat me.
and like there was issues between her and Grace, obviously. And this is when Grace was like at her peak,
Hold
like
on,
getting really
is
popular.
this all in the public domain?
I mean, I guess.
Why are you
so.
clapping it?
Yeah, because it's just whatever.
Yeah,
And then and then he
leave it all in.
okay, and yeah.
it was on the shade room.
No, to
So
be fair. And then he allegedly beat up the girl, and then the girl pressed I think she even pressed charges, but it was all over the gram
okay.
back then. But it's because I remember him. That's why I was just.
Right.
I ain't seen him in years.
So you like American footballers?
Yeah.
Oh, that is
Like a quarterback.
So
Yes.
okay, what percentage of the men that you holler at fit that aesthetic?
Okay, so like
There's
that's
not a lot of
like
them here.
an ideal preference.
Yeah, there's guys who could reach that though. So out of the guys you holler at, yeah, how many of them are like that or close to?
Like 5%, 10%.
Oh, that's tiny.
Yeah.
Who are the rest of people you hollering at? Not your type.
No.
95% not my type. And 5% my
I'm
type.
trying to explain properly because I don't think maybe I've explained it the right way. So, okay, so going back to the grinder thing, and hooking up with people, it's like I'm doing it because I'm horny, but there's no connection there.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
need it. You
That
just
makes
need.
perfect
You just
sense.
need it. It's
It's like-
scratched.
Yeah.
Nigga eat.
So it's like
Nigga eat.
you're an okay looking person, but it's not like I couldn't get to know you, but there is no interest on their part, even when I tried to be like, okay, do you want to do this again? Do you want to be like, fuck buddy? It's just like, no, like this was just like a one-time thing.
Okay.
And like you kind of just like fulfilled a purpose. And that's been a consistent experience.
So are you like, you know, there's that those girls who the man them just want to fuck. Are you that in that world? Like man them just want to
Essentially.
man them just want to beat.
But then Michael,
Yeah, essentially.
But why?
I hear that.
I don't know.
No, but then
What are you
I'm gonna
advertising?
say it's what you project though.
No, but what are you advertising?
Oh wait, have you got an Instagram?
Yes,
Yeah, Instagram.
It's about Michael.
What is it? What's
it's also about because I think even as a woman, like we experience that. Like
Don't rush over this.
Michael Rose one. I've seen it.
Michael
on,
Rose
on the
one.
screenshot that.
So it's also about like what you project and what you kind of put out there. I feel like people, do you know what I mean? People are gonna they're gonna treat you how you kind of expect you to be treated, but like it's also about like kind of your positioning. Do you get what I mean?
Lots of words.
So
Lots of
if you're saying that
like-
you're the common denominator in all of this,
Yeah.
and this has been like this has been
Michael. That's advertising.
That's a new thing.
That's come get me.
That's
Come
a new
hither.
thing.
That's come.
Michael, you can be prosecuted for this.
Oh, Michael.
Let's stay for
You will end up
in
in
McDonald's.
McDonald's. in McDonald's. All right, cool. So
Very
Mike,
artsy.
going back to what Gina said, yeah, about you projecting
a particular
a particular image, yeah. There's a picture I just landed on right now. There's a picture I just landed on. So when I said you're the guy, the man that just want to fuck, and I'm like, why? What are you putting out there, big man?
I mean, that's a new thing.
Explain this.
That's a new
And
thing.
for the listeners, do you mind if I describe this?
No, you can go ahead.
So-
Don't mind.
It's an image of Michael. It's like a what's this effect called? Like a double mirror image or something.
Michael effect.
It's a nude.
All right, so there's a picture of
Yeah.
Michael
It's an
from chest up.
It's
Artistic.
Then there's
nude.
a picture of his ass.
It's an artistic.
His bare ass
It's an artistic
on the screen,
nude.
just cheeks there, poignant for the world to see.
Very
And
well
you
boiled
want-
up. Nice.
You want to
boiled
get
up.
wifed? And you're out doing this?
Allow it.
Very tasteful.
Nigga gotta eat. Nigga gotta eat.
That's interesting. Have you ever considered that before, Michael? That maybe you are putting out.
The wrong message. This is
No, it's the right message.
no
It's
because
the right message.
if a girl
Right.
posted this picture, what would you think of her?
Cheeks.
you'll think, like, be honest.
Throw some D's on it.
Exactly.
She's artsy.
So you're
Creative industry.
doing the male equivalent here, Michael.
Okay, but what I would say is that that's a recent thing, and that's something I did for. That was an experiment I did with a music project. Like I've never done anything like that before. So I worked on a song and I wanted to see, okay, can I get attention?
Oh, I see.
If I
throw some cheeks
like
on it.
basically if I got naked, can I garner traction?
Yeah.
And it didn't work.
Oh, really?
The experiment did not work. No.
Oh, Michael, you know what? Can we,
That's
guys?
it. If I put
Can I
some
be
cheeks out
honest?
there, could I get traction on my
You know
music?
what I want our girls
You're a
to
man.
be? We need to find Michael a bae because Michael is really making it seem as if
Guys,
he's struggling out here. And I'm
Instagram.
looking at an attractive young black man.
Michael Rhodes
So,
won. No
I'm literally,
underscores.
my mission now is
to find him a bae.
To find you a bae because I think, like, especially because I know you want one, right? Well, not,
Yeah.
like
yeah,
you and
yeah.
and even hearing you say stuff like, you know, it's quite lonely. Like, I don't know you, but like, it didn't make me feel nice.
To hear
No,
that.
but stop. I don't. And like, even you saying it's pathetic, I'm like, it's not pathetic. You're just expressing how you feel,
Yeah.
and I don't like that you feel that way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can I be your friend?
Hey.
Also, this is my advice, or this look. Keep this look as
Really?
opposed to this look.
What's that look, please?
No,
The
hair
the
and
hair.
yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't suit me.
I think this suits you much more than
Yeah.
this.
Can I go on his Michael? What's your Instagram? Michael
Rose
Rose
one.
Yeah.
Okay, Michael, this is the other
Okay.
thing I asked earlier, but we didn't quite get to. Where are the other gay black men? Is there
I
a
don't-
platform? Is there a...
Well, there's no platform per se.
Or an app, or because you know what's it called now? Oh, I come.
I mean, that's like saying like, where are the white gay men or where are the like Latin gay men?
But
They're just about.
What I mean
So-
is,
They're
I
Pond
think-
Road, big man.
Pond Road.
Pond Road.
Yeah, it's-
I could be wrong. Do correct me, obviously, if I am wrong. But I get the sense that being black and gay in this country, as it has been in Nigeria as well, is almost niche. It's a very closed, almost invisible community. Am I right in thinking that, or is it easy to find other? And
I would say, depending on where you live, like if you're living in like a city, like a
like
metropolitan or
Yeah.
or cosmopolitan city like London, Manchester, the usual suspects.
yeah.
It's pretty easy. So it's easy to meet people if you're going out, if you like through work.
In those
through-
places.
Yeah, like just by living life.
Yeah.
So like I do meet people and like I know people through like Instagram. I follow a lot of people on Instagram who are black and gay. So like I know them.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is I've tried to befriend those people and it has not worked. Like they have not been interested.
This is coming down to you, personality, Michael Rhodes.
What do you mean?
Your experience is not so much about being black and gay, are you saying, but being yourself?
Yes.
Right.
So it has nothing to do
Yeah.
with being gay.
Or
I don't even view my sexuality as a thing. Like it's not something I
primary
think
identifier.
about.
Yeah.
The same way that I don't think about I'm wearing black shorts today and
Yeah.
like I'm hyper conscious of it.
With shoes.
Yeah, it's like the same way like I'm probably
With shoes. I'm painting a picture for the listeners. He's wearing
it's
YG.
just something that is
Yeah.
like it's like it just is.
Mm-hmm.
For me, the common denominator across love, trying to find love, connections, friendship, connections is me, like you said. So it's not a sexuality thing. So generally my experience in life has been very isolated and like, okay, this might sound like woo-woo or whatever, but because it's something that has always happened since I was young. So like this year, I began to get very introspective. Like I'm a very spiritual person and I'm a very intuitive person. So I was like, okay, you've had this experience since you were 5, 6. And this is a consistent thing. Like primary school, secondary school, university, you've gone for events. And this is a regular thing that happens. Like there seems to be this, what I describe as like a block between me and people. Is that something that you're doing? Is that something you can change? And as of now, there wasn't something I could put my finger on, because I think like I'm a very like open person, very like friendly person, but I don't know how to describe it. And like I've tried to describe it to like my sister, to like my best friend. Like, I don't know, like there just seems to be this block on me, which like it's hard to describe, because even going past dating friendships, even with career, with money, with career, money, music, with trying to progress in life. So since leaving university, I like always say this, that it feels like I just graduated university today, because it's been 4 years and I haven't moved forward.
Okay.
Despite trying literally like anything you can think of to like move forward, like in terms of music, in terms of getting a job, like just putting in the work, like nothing happens, like nothing move forward. Like it literally seems like there is a spiritual block on me that is like, this is not happening. So, which is why like, so recently, like I've had like different readings, like tarot readings, birth chart readings, to try and understand why. Because it feels like I'm being held down, and like no matter how much I want to soar, I am not being allowed to. Does that make sense?
I understand what perspective. Sorry,
I was going to also say, have you looked at it from a different perspective though, of maybe this isn't where you're meant to go in terms of like career-wise? Like, have you thought about that?
Like if this is not what I'm supposed to do, because like since I was 12 and like it was a very clear thing. I'm someone that feels that like I know why I'm here. So like I feel like what my purpose is to facilitate communication and connection, and I identify that I have a soul passion for music, for singing. So I thought, okay, this is something that I'm passionate about, like something that I can do, something that I feel called to do, and I know my purpose, so I can do it this way. So I've been trying to do that since I was 12, and like it hasn't worked out. Like it hasn't progressed. And there are people that when I was in uni, so like not to, well, it's not calling anyone out because I'm not saying anything bad, but Tiana Major 9. Yeah. When I was doing open mic nights, I would see her around all the time. So there are people that I have seen and see who like literally started music 2 years ago. They'll put out a song, do this and that. They might struggle for like 2 months, but then things will begin to progress somehow. So I can see it happening for other people.
Quickly, there's one thing we've got to do right now.
What?
Before we carry on.
What?
We've got to listen to your music.
I was going to say, I was just
We
going
have
to
to,
ask
because
how
I need to understand where you're at with it and what. I mean,
okay, let me finish and then I'll say something else.
Yeah.
And then we'll listen.
All right, let's go.
So I can see it happening for other people, and because it's not progressing, I'm like, okay,